Still looking at me.
Hey, yo, what it do, ladies and gentlemen? Money Gang, what's good? Good evening, how are you doing? Welcome back into another reaction video. It's your boy, the multitasker, Mighty Avenger, the one and only Mr. Avenger, Mr. M.A., or Mighty Son, or just call me Mighty at your service. I'm alright. Jesus Christ. It was so freaking damn cold outside. Even when the sun was up, it's still chilly. And I cannot forget about how it was so freezing earlier, and I felt that my fingertips was about to cut off. Even though I was wearing gloves, it was just insanely cold. I knew how it was gonna be that super cold, but I just didn't imagine how it was gonna be like that. Even when the sun was about to rise, oh my God, it was so horrific, and I just thought I might have died. I thought it was gonna be over through this damn cold, but at least the job is done. Thank God. I just could not take another minute with this. I have a strong will, but this is just too much, man. I just couldn't. And I know that my night is not over, not far from it. But here I am. I just took a nice warm shower. Thank God for that. So I just wanted to, just to kick back, and the fact that today is Friday, the weekends. So let me see if I can try to have a good Friday. So I know there's going to be tons of stuff I'm going to be doing. But first things first, I'm not sure if any of you were around this past Tuesday that I did talk a little bit brief about the whole DC universe that was been revealed by James Gunn, and that was this past Tuesday. So I might as well take a look of the DC announcement that was a couple days ago. And yeah, I know what you're gonna say, that this is considered as a late to the party, and you're probably right. But I just want to, share my thoughts about this whole new concept, or basically this is the first wave of gods and monsters. And even though that there are still, I have a little piece of a heart that I do care about all the DC characters, especially Batman and Superman, including the fact that I still own the Batman movie and Aquaman and Wonder Woman, because those are the only three movies that are considered good, and Joker. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. So this is going to be technically as a reacting to this trailer, to this clip, but it is also where I'm going to be, break it down, and yeah, because I'm still, still raveling, or just basically little shake up about the whole Henry Cavill situation, that he's no longer Superman in any other movies that's going to be going. So this is Gods and Monsters DC announcement. So let's take a look and let's begin. So without further ado, it's time to react.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman, or Todd Phillips' Joker, or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have got...
Sorry, James. So basically, with movies like Joker, the Batman, and Teen Titans Go, personally, I prefer the original series that is labeled as Elseworlds, because it does make sense, because each movie, and that's considered that they are technically are the alternate realities or alternate worlds that is completely different of the mainstream. So I did see I did saw the Instagram post that was mentioned about that. So, and in fact that we are getting the sequels of both of these movies as well. So, yeah, I could see that, and yeah, it started to make a lot of sense. So, carry on.
Pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. Then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So, Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos.
Oh.
Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis.
I'm not surprised.
Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay.
All right. So basically, this new series is gonna be focused on Waller, and that I would be surprised if it's gonna be tie in through Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, and sadly that there won't be a sequel or the second season. But Viola Davis, I mean, what can I say about her? I mean, she is a formidable actress, and she does deliver, and just gives us such of a triumph role, and just gives that it's kind of gives you that just rubs you off and be intimidated at the same time. So not surprised that she's going to be back with it, and that this is going to be interesting to see how will this continue on with everything that's happened with through the films and in the TV series. So cool.
Next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025.
Oh.
Okay, the next thing is a big premiere.
That is going to be 2 years from now. And I would be 40. Oh my God. Now here's the thing that I am, curious about and concerns, because as I mentioned that the Henry Cavill is no longer Superman. We get that. So I guess the big question is that who is going to fill in to have the S on the chest or wearing don the cape? And judging by the look of the image, and I have a feeling, and it may be that could be the case of it, that they may want to go in being as a adaptation to All-Star Superman, because I used to own the animated movie on DVD, and it was a good story, and it's very lighthearted and also very sad. So it could be the case that they wanted to try something different, and definitely and it could be a guess that they are going to be ignoring the origin, because we all seen so many times from the original and the Man of Steel. So I know that's been quite done to death. So they're probably going to do the same formula as in Spider-Man, Homecoming, and the Batman. So we'll see. I just don't know yet.
HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called
Okay, and I mean, it sounds interesting, and the truth is that the Green Lanterns are considered as space cops, and I like the fact that they are gonna having Hal Jordan and John Stewart, and that's cool, and I guess I'm curious to know is that are we gonna see other familiar faces like Kyle. Crap, I forgot his last name, but Guy Gardner, and I'm wondering if they also going to be introducing with other lanterns or like the Sinestro Corps, Star Sapphire, the Blue Lantern, Indigo Tribe, and are they gonna show the Atrocitus and the Red Lantern? Because that is one of my favorite moments that was from the Final Crisis and be introduced because it's all nothing but rage and everything, and it was a neat concept they brought it up, and especially of the CG animated series not too long ago, and yeah, it was treated to be as a light version to the younger viewers, and that's probably why they just downgraded of the blood vomit. But I'm curious at that. Is it possible that they could also bring in the Black Lanterns? Because Blackest Night was the best story event in my opinion.
Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DC...
So basically, it's going to be quite like Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, but with Themyscira. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to see if like every familiar characters like Diana, Artemis, and I'm pretty sure that maybe, and that's just me saying that they could bring Nubia into this new series because I think that's something that needs to have a little shine on because that's something that also needs to be discovered. And so, that's just my opinion.
Use Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line, and so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next.
Gotcha. So basically, with this new movie, we looks like we are going to be getting of the beginning of the Bat family. So that's fine. I can accept that this will be the first time that we are going to be having a live adaptation, which is that bringing Damian Wayne come to life in the film. So I guess the real question is that how are they going to make this happen? Because this is one character that I am way too familiar, and that he can be a little strict, and and hopefully this is not going to be demonetized, but he can be a little prick. But then again, he is the grandson of Ra's al Ghul and the mother of Talia al Ghul. So I did, yeah, because I do remember the storyline about the existence of Damien, of that Bruce never knew that he had a son until now, and that brings into of the biggest story that's ever been told, that he had a bastard son. So I could see how this could work out, but no offense, I prefer that they could just call it as Batman and Robin, Brave and the Bold. That's probably my opinion, but I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, I could accept. I could accept.
Up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes.
Yeah.
He's a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way, so she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories.
Now, Swamp Thing, now I would like to see this. And many people may not remember that there was the original movie that did came out in the late 80s. I can't remember. It was like either it was 1988 or 89, but I do remember seeing that movie, and it was pretty violent and gore back in the day. And there was a sequel, and I do recall that there was a TV series. So that's on HBO Max, and I didn't get a chance to watch that, but I think that this would be considered that this is going to be the most interesting bring of that outside of the DC universe, because there are existence of the horror stories, and Swamp Thing is one of them. So I am familiar of the whole concept story that was from the New 52 because of the with the Green and the Rot. And of course, Dr. Arcane, and that's the one thing I remember when I was a kid, and I do recall that there was the existence of a cartoon series that's it's supposed to be as a completely separated or as a part of the community of the two films, but I think this could be a pretty cool to just to look at.
I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
All right. So basically, it's kind of like Marvel Studios 2.0, but this is going to be the DC universe that where everything that's going to be connected. And I hate to say it, but he does have a point that all the movies and the TV shows are not quietly connected. So I guess this is best. I guess that's the best way that this is about try to clear things up and try to do it the correct way. I suppose so, but it's just so much going on. It just drives everyone crazy, and I take it that the Flash movie is going to happen, and I guess I guess it looks like the Ursa Miller may be going to be continue on with this movie. Look, look. I'm not trying to get any deeper involvement, but with the whole allegations and that being so abusive, that's something that I have zero tolerance about that. But I hope I hope he's a changed man. That's all I'm willing to say. But the most movies that I would be interested to see is Swamp Thing, because I have memories when I was a kid. Superman Legacy. Now I'm just being concerned and just curious how this is gonna be, how this will take in mostly the main protagonist, or which actor is gonna fill in those shoes. Batman. Oh, I'm sorry. Brave and the Bold. Yeah, it doesn't it ever occur to you that whenever you say the Brave and the Bold out loud, and you're thinking of the animated series that just brings of the Silver Age and retro style of Batman, with others like Green Arrow, Aquaman, and we talk about like the old fashioned of the late 60s and the 70s. I mean, I personally would say that it would be called Batman and Robin, the Brave and the Bold. That probably would just put a ring to it. But Lanterns, I could give it a shot with the first two episodes to see how good it is. And Lost Paradise, don't you think that's a little ish? Or maybe it's because I think about of the subtitle, like Fist of a North Star, Lost Paradise, or maybe that's just me. But all I will say is that I hope that James is gonna stick to this, because I mean, I'm not giving high hopes. I'm just pointing out that I just hope that he can get everything, get all the preparations, and get everything all that's so hyped up, because this is the kind of chance that the fans should just get to acknowledge and to be part of the connection of the DC when it comes to films, animations, series, and gaming. And that needs to be, it needs to get better. That's all I just wanted to just to say that. So hope you guys enjoy that, and I know that it's a different concept for me to try something a little different, but hopefully that you get to see what I'm what I was trying to do. But hit the like button, and also leave your comments down below, and I will catch y'all in the next video. So take care, guys, and peace.